Welcome back, my lovely students! Yay! So now today we are going to focus on Book 9, New Coasts and Poseidon's Son. Book 9 contains 3 stories. The Cicones, the Lotus Eaters, and the Cyclops. Whoa! Whoa! No! The Cyclops! Today we have several main tasks that I wish you to accomplish during this class hour. As you are finishing up with your Book 4 through 8 homework, let me know and I'll come around and make sure that you've submitted it correctly. Today's main tasks, however, involve the following. You're going to, number 1, define mutinous, prodigious, and hubris. Number 2, read Book 9 and identify where and how Homer uses foreshadowing in Book 9. Number 3, you will be researching the effects of poppies as a drug. Number 4, you will be answering the question, who was more in the wrong, Odysseus or Polyphemus? And number 5, you will be summarizing a scene in Book 9 that involves Polyphemus, and the summary can be in the form of a drawing, rap, or song. Let's look at these a little more in depth. For your first task, today I've handed you a vocabulary worksheet. It has an example, the word foreshadowing, completed for you. You should complete mutinous, prodigious, and hubris on your own. Your goal is to learn what they mean, to draw them, how you see them in your mind, and to define them in your own words. Finally, your last task is to create a sentence about the Odyssey that uses each word correctly. Good luck with that. Your next task is to read Book 9. Identify where and how Homer uses foreshadowing in Book 9 is the main task. We're going to switch this up and do this in kind of a special way. So as a class, total, you must find at least 30 unique examples. This means that everyone in the class should strive to find at least 2 unique examples. Where do you put these examples, you ask? In the foreshadowing Google Doc. Let me show you where that is. So if you go to my Twitter, you will see either foreshadowing for first hour, 122, or foreshadowing for fourth hour, 122. For example, if your first hour, you click it open. This document is editable by anyone in our class. So you may type in your example of foreshadowing here, and it will automatically save. Here are the requirements for this assignment. Since 30 of you are going to be working on this together in sync, hey, I expect it to look really great. Since you're only responsible for finding 2 of your own unique examples, you should also be combing through and making sure that there is proper grammar use and complete sentences. Also, this is important. Every example must include the line number it references. So whichever you're using in the book, whatever line you're using as an example, you have to include the line number in your answer. So as you read Book 9, make sure to look for how Homer uses foreshadowing. And as you read, obviously, record, edit, and comment on your findings in the foreshadowing Google Doc. Great. If you have any other questions, just raise your hand about that one. Task number 3. Oh, also, here are some examples of foreshadowing. This would be a good time to pause the video and read through these if you're confused about what foreshadowing is. Task number 3. When you hit the point in the book where you start reading about the lotus eaters, pause your reading and research the effects of opium, a highly addictive drug derived from the poppy flower. To do this research, look at your worksheet here. So now you have a worksheet and it says opium facts. You're going to find out why it's addictive, what happens when you quit, and how it affects your body, including your brain. All right? And so to do that, you once again go to the Twitter, go down to the opium article, click that open, and here you will see a picture of the poppy, right? The opium plant, where the opium comes from. And you can read about its history, its effects, the production and distribution of it, and other resources if you're interested in researching it more. But specifically look at these 3 and fill out this chart. That's task 3. Task 4. Once you're done reading book 9, hey, celebrate! Wasn't that a fun book? For me, it was truly the most enjoyable so far. Now I want you to write an argumentative paragraph that decides who was more in the wrong for their behaviors. Do you think it was Odysseus or Polyphemus? When you're writing, do not use the words I, we, or you. It should be 8 to 10 sentences in length, and please use at least 3 quotes from the text for your supporting evidence. So whichever side you choose, Odysseus or Polyphemus, use at least 3 quotes from the text supporting Odysseus or Polyphemus as the more correct behaving character, or the bad guy. Who was the bad guy, really? Who was more in the wrong for their behaviors? Who was the bad guy? Think about it that way. Also, you write this argumentative paragraph right here on your worksheet. Ta-da! Your final task of the day is a fun one. It's to summarize a scene from Book 9 that involves Polyphemus. You can summarize in the form of a drawing, you can write a rap, or you can compose your own song. The only requirement is it has to include Polyphemus, and it has to be relevant to the book. So you place your drawing, rap, or song here at the bottom of your worksheet, and whenever you're ready to turn it in, I will accept them all the way up until tomorrow afternoon. So your final task is to summarize a scene from Book 9 that involves Polyphemus, in the form of drawing, rap, or song. So those are your directions. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and ask, or rewind this video. Hopefully this was helpful, and I hope you have a great day with this lesson.